Love these guys. As they take to the skies over Millville to begin our show today, you can hear the mighty roar of those four long propellers as they spin up to about 2,300 revolutions per minute. Of course, we've had to soup these airplanes up a little bit so that they can fly air shows. The original Stearman biplane had about 220 horsepower on it. We've hung 450 horsepower Pratt & Whitney engines on these airplanes. That means we've doubled the horsepower. And one of us, the air show crowd, the wingmen, whether they are right side up, upside down, or inside out, they will never take their eyes off of that lead airplane. They have their eyes glued to their leader, and that's what formation flying is. Formation flying began when airplanes first began to be mass-produced identically. And that happened during the First World War, the years 1914 to 1918. See the performance that you'll remember here at the air show today. We're so happy to be here and so thankful to everyone at Millville who's really thrown out the red carpet to the team this weekend. It's great to feel this at home when you're on the road. And we're on the road a lot, so thank you for having us. Let's put our eyes into the sky. The smoke is on, and the Red Baron Squadron is here. They're in fingertip formation as they go over the top, but keep your eye on that number 4 pilot because he's actually going to change positions. During the aerobatic maneuver, he moves from the right wing back into the slot position, reconfigured now in that classic signature diamond formation with a big left-handed 90-degree wing over turnaround, pointing the nose towards Mother Earth and picking up a big head of subsonic smash. Over the top they go. They're upside down, hanging from their belt straps in the zero-gravity environment, just like a space shuttle astronaut. 4 airplanes flying as a single unit. The wingmen have their eyes on their leader, and the leader is going to move us back from left to right into show center. Still in the diamond formation. Keep your eyes on them, folks. Less than 3 feet of wingtip clearance. These guys know how to fly formation. From left to right, it's a big barnstormer's loop. Upside down once again. That smoke looks beautiful as they move from left to right, and now splitting into single ship formation. We're going to perform the maneuver invented by Max Immelman, the World War I flying ace who used this Immelman turn to get at the 6 of his opponents. Rat-tat-tat. The number 4 pilot will wait for the wings to level, and he says, snap, ready, now, and 4 biplanes corkscrew through the skies in a simultaneous snap roll, done at the same time even. Around base turn they come. These pilots want to introduce themselves to you now. They're going to perform their signature rolls. Each airplane's going to roll around the point to signify the position that they fly in the formation in the lead airplane. Leading this team for the past 20 years, he's the mountain man from high in the Colorado Rockies, John Bowman. Flying on the left wing of the formation as number 2, he's a former United States Air Force fighter pilot, John Mac McMurray. A new husband and father, number 3 on the right wing. He's from Aledo, Illinois. Travis Akis has 3 points on his hesitation roll. The number 4 pilot, one of the best pilots I've ever met in my life. He's from Phoenix, Arizona. He flies the slot position, and we see 4 points on the hesitation roll of Brian Reagan. Brian's going to trade airspeed for altitude. Dr. Brian Reagan recently received a degree in formation physics, and you're going to see him use his instinctual knowledge of the formation geometry, the vectors, and the angles that he needs to get back into formation position. These airplanes do not have an advantage over each other because they're as identical as we can make them. That's how you fly formation. You've got to get inside and you've got to use the angles because there is no speed advantage. You can trade airspeed for altitude and get above the team, but that's not so easy to do in a big biplane like the Stearman. These guys make it look easy. The Stearman was built by Boeing Aircraft during the years 1939 to 1945. It was used as a primary basic military flight trainer, and all of the pilots who defended our country during World War II, whether they flew in a fighter or whether they flew in a bomber, chances are they trained and soloed in these airplanes right here. These are not models. These are not replicas. These are not rebuilds. These are the real deal. In fact, that lead airplane rolled off the Boeing assembly line on December the 8th, 1941. That's right, folks. That lead aircraft flown by John Bowman was born the day after Pearl Harbor. These are classic vintage pieces of aviation history you're seeing. In the diamond formation, folks, this is going to be romantic because we're going to show you a 90-degree loop. This is a loop turned 90 degrees to the horizon. It's called a 1/4 cloverleaf turn, and we're going to dedicate this first heart of the Red Baron heartbreak sequence to all of the ladies here with us at the Millville Muni Airshow. This one goes out to the ladies. The smoke is on and in just the right places. This is the first heart of the Red Baron Heartbreak Express. Wow, perfect smoke. And there you go, ladies. These pilots love you, and they're showing you how much with that first heart. On the right now, the first element, pair of two, John Bowman and Mac McMurray. We're going to get a lesson in formation wingman flying from Mac here. He starts this entwining roll on the right wing of his leader, but be careful and keep your eyes on him because this is very subtle and very graceful. He starts on the right wing, but if you notice right there, Mac actually changed positions during the aerobatic maneuver. He's now on the left wing. And that is the entwining roll up high on our left in line abreast formation. Travis and Brian point the noses down towards terra firma. Over the top they go. They're going to kick the airplanes completely out of control. A double snap roll on top of the loop. That's the double avalanche turn. And now, folks, do not blink. They will roll to the knife edge position and pull right there through each other's wake to create the second heart of the heartbreak sequence. Fantastic heart. Once again, this one goes out to all of our airshow fans, young and old here today. We're so glad you can join us. It's fun to fly airshows, but it's a lot more fun with someone watching. Back in on the left now, the lead element. We've got one heart left to go here. They're going to turn the smoke on. The Corvus oil burning brightly as they perform the third heart of the heartbreak sequence. Now we're going to have a chance to see the maneuver du jour. Ed Shipley, if you are watching, this maneuver is dedicated to you, Ed, from your good friend Brian Reagan. He wanted me to make sure and dedicate the maneuver du jour to his friend Ed Shipley here in the audience today. I guess Ed's never been to an air show before, so this one's a special maneuver for Ed Shipley. As Brian performs his maneuver du jour, he's got a snap and a 3/4 on the downline. And now he's going to show you how to do a formation rejoin. Don't try this one at home, folks. Brian has an instinctual ability to do this perfect every time. He's going to be using global angles to get back into the number 4 position. He's got to fill out that 3-ship Vic formation and get back into slot position. So here he goes. The smoke is on. I think he puffed a little more smoke for you there, Ed. That smoke's for you. Around the top he goes, rolling around the team using the global angles, and he will park it right back into slot formation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a rolling rejoin. You haven't seen anything yet. The team's going to reposition here. Around the diaper bin with two little girls. You can see now the team has reformed into arrowhead formation. They're forming an arrow against the blue skies over Millville today. But you're going to want to watch them closely once again because they'll be changing that formation during the maneuver itself, showing you that formation is an art and a science. And it's a fluid art and a fluid science. It's dynamic and changing all the time. From right to left in arrowhead, over the top they go. The wingmen will roll up on the line and reconfigure back into the diamond formation with another quarter cloverleaf turn. Don't those airplanes look fantastic? They sound great, they look great, and they're going to spread out and get a little elbow room. Straight up they go, running out of airspeed at the exact same instant. They kick hard on the left rudders for a cluster hammerhead turn. Fully exploring the subsonic speed spectrum, reaching subsonic speeds in excess of 150 miles an hour. The team repositions with another big, beautiful barnstormer loop. From left to right they go. We're having fun now, folks, because we're going to split back into single ship formation and reposition with a 1/2 cubanate turn on the 45 down line. They find the point, and now it's time to have some fun because we're going to play Follow the Leader through the squirrel cage loop. Lots of energy picked up by the big 450 horsepower Pratt & Whitney engine, and these engines are really bulletproof. The most common engine you can find in a Stearman today. And here comes my favorite maneuver. Keep your eye on them, folks, because straight up they go. Once again, this is a hammerhead turn. Done in quadruplicate, the spectacular staggerhead turn. Once again, exceeding the subsonic speed of 150 miles an hour, they'll move from left to right, and we're going to play Follow the Leader. Or better yet, let's follow the leader's smoke. This is the tail chase sequence. They're having fun now. Believe me, they wouldn't want to be anywhere else than in the cockpit of the Stearman biplane as they move from right to left. Nobody does it better than the Stearman Squadron. Rolling into downwind leg now. The most challenging thing to do in a Stearman is to land the airplane. That's because it is a conventionally geared airplane. That means it's a tail dragger. When it's on the ground, the tail rests on the ground. And while sitting in the back cockpit on the ground, the pilot is completely blind. He cannot see over the big 450 horsepower engine. He's completely blind, so he actually has to taxi from side to side in order to safely clear out the area that is in front of him. We call that the Stearman Watusi. So the formation does not end until the propellers wind down, and that's where you come in, folks. This is your part of the air show. This is our audience participation event. Now, last weekend in Norfolk, we had a fantastic air show audience, and when these engines stopped down, when those propellers wound down, they gave this team one of the biggest rounds of applause I've ever heard in an air show. So I'm going to ask everyone here at Millville, when the propellers wind down, I want to hear you hoot, I want to hear you holler, I want to hear you yell, I want to hear you clap. I want you to let these four pilots know how you feel about their performance here today, because I love these guys, and let me tell you, they love you. Red